you gotta pull chest, right? You just got to. You're going, Jim, you're crazy. I've heard pulling chest is bad. Well, the way people talk about it, pulling chest, talking like in this way, pulling chest up. Okay, well, I think that that's pushing chest up. And that's what we're going to talk about today. If you don't know me, my name is Jim. I'm a professional singer for almost 40 years now and a professional vocal coach for over 20 years. In all that time, I've done every kind of mistake that you can in singing. And I've had to figure out, okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay, I figured it out mostly on my own because there was no YouTube and there was no YouTube vocal coaches back then. Now everyone's a YouTube vocal coach and there's so much information on the YouTube about singing. And a lot of them talk about don't pull chest. And I'm going to say don't push chest. Don't push your chest up into your throat and like this up. Like that's what I think about when people talk about pulling chest. They talk about, I think it's more like pushing chest. And all this like, different terms and all that. This is why it gets so confusing to try and learn anything on YouTube, because someone will hear a video and go, oh, I'm going to do a video on that. And they do a video on that. And it's like, okay, well, just did a video on something that wasn't right. And look, I know this because I watch all of them. If you've watched a vocal coach, let me know down below who are your favorites and who are like the, whatever. Just let me know what you think down below, because there are some good ones and there are probably 90% of them are like full of it to some extent. Anyway, I haven't found that much information in most of them that's like unique. There's a few, and I'm not going to divulge my sources, but there are a few that are really, really good. And that's why I consume every single video so I can bring you the best of the best. Because I try these things out. And anyway, we're going to do an exercise today on how to properly pull chest. And what I mean by pulling chest is pulling your chest resonance up into a head voice note. So if we think of like pulling chest, I've heard people talk about Bruce Dickinson, like, oh, he pulls chest. So if we take just a line from an Iron Maiden song, you take my life, but I'll take yours too. So you feel like, okay, that's right. That sounds chesty, right? I mean, I hope that sounds like chest resonance. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. So there's chest resonance in there. But we don't start from that chest resonance. This is what I'm talking about. We start from a light place, and then we add support into that. If you don't know how to use your support correctly, because there's a ton of incorrect information on how to use support. I've got a link in the description down below for Kickstart Your Voice. Just take that course and that will show you how to use your support properly and in an efficient way, right? Rather than just kind of trying to put a lot of force into it and blow a bunch of air out. That's not the way to do it. Click the link down below. Go check out that course. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take that line, you dig my life, really light. You dig my life, and I'll take yours too. You dig my life. So if you just sing that along with me, you have to sing this, you have to do this stuff with me, because there's no use in just watching videos. If you're not singing along with the video as you watch it, go back and watch it later and make sure you're doing the exercises, because if you're watching YouTube videos all day, like looking for nuggets of information and just going, okay, well, I don't know, that sounds kind of good. If you're not trying them out and practicing them and discovering, does that really work or not, then you're not really learning anything. It's like reading a book on how to swim and then think that you know how to swim. Okay, so going back to that, take it from a really light perspective. And what's important in here is vocal fold closure, right? So if you don't know about that, go watch my video on that. I'll put a playlist up at the end. Make sure you watch that playlist because that has tons of great information. All my best stuff is in the most recent videos. In the last few months, I've put just all of the gold that's on there. You can watch in that. Everything that's in there is really, really helpful for you. So let's go back to that. Ah, you take my life, but I'll take yours too. So you can see I'm trying to keep it light like that, but I'm also trying to add some legitimacy into the voice. I don't want to just like falsetto-y. You take my life and I'll take yours too. There's no support going on there. There's no legitimacy in that. It doesn't sound, it sounds weak, right? You take my life, but I'll take yours too. Sometimes it helps to slow it down like that so you can really diagnose where am I at with that. Now, it takes a lot of support to support that legitimacy of the enunciation through that. Because if you're just kind of, you take my life, but I'll take yours too. Sounds very light. It's like, you know, you're never going to get away with that, trying to sing that, especially live. It's just, you know, I've tried to sing in that weak falsetto voice live, and it doesn't work, right? So, that's with that vocal fold closure. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. So we're starting to really kind of be able to add more support in there. And that's where this chest resonance comes from. That's where like a powerful chesty mix comes from. It comes from the supports because we're supporting from below. We're compressing that sound into the chest, which gives it the resonance of the chest. As opposed to just, if I just sing that all just in head voice, you take my life and I'll take yours too. Because yeah, it's like, it's somewhat legitimate. It's more than just a falsetto. You take my life and I'll take yours too. But it's just head resonance. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. So there's no chest resonance in that. And there's not as much of the legitimacy with the, when I say legitimate, I mean like it sounds like you're actually singing, like you're actually singing words, right? Because if you're singing just in falsetto, you take my life and I'll take yours too, sounds really light. It doesn't. You're not enunciating as if like as I'm speaking, I'm enunciating. If I just speak in falsetto, you can hear how it's like kind of, you know, it's like light, and that's what I mean. But it just gets in falsetto. It just gets kind of just airy and fluffy and just like, you know, whatever. There's no edge to it. So we'll go back to this. Sing along with me. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You take my life. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull chest. We're going to pull this chest resonance up into that. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. Ha, ha, ha. So I'm doing what I said, like, no, that's not how we do that, but I'm demonstrating that kind of upward momentum, pulling the chest up as I'm doing that. And it needs that support in there. Similar to when you go, ha, 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 ha. But this has to remain relaxed. You take my life. We can't go, you take my life. If I go, ha, you take my life. You see, if I do that first, if I go, ha, you take my life, but like it's just so strained. It's effortful. It's strained. It doesn't sound good. There's no resonance. All of the bad stuff when you do that. If you go, ha, and try to lift something heavy and then sing, you're just asking for trouble. You're just pushing all this pressure up into here. That's why we start light. You take my life. And then we pull that chest resonance up into there. Ha, ha, with that ha, 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 upward ha, momentum, kind of like your ha, 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 like I've talked about this, the puke muscles. That's what we're doing. Not poop muscles, puke muscles. We wanted to come out this end, not the other end. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You can see how if you add that resonance, that chest resonance into you pull that chest resonance up into that head voice place where you're at, where you start off. You take my life, but I'll take yours too. Oh! I'm doing that, that kind of lifting up of the chest voice, pulling the chest voice up into that slowly, but only after I have that head voice resonance kind of piercing through, because otherwise it just gets bogged down and it just loses all the resonance. And this is when, and I've experienced that as I'm singing. I've sung incorrectly like that and can't hear myself in the monitors. I'm like, well, I can't hear myself. Like, turn me up at the monitors. I was like, well, it's up loud. Like, but and I'm like, I can't hear it. It's because the resonance. If you're not resonating, even if you're going through a microphone, it's still not going to cut through the mix. So a lot of people talk about, let the microphone do the work. But if you're not resonating into the microphone, like the microphone can't do any work. It's like, I can only do what microphones do. So it's key. The vocal fold closure is key. That lightness is key. Starting off from the head voice, play around with that head voice. Too many people are afraid to get into that light. Oh, you take my life, but I'll take yours too. You start off with that light place. Too many people are afraid to play around in that because they feel like it doesn't sound beefy. So they start the opposite way and try to put that power up in there and then bring the power up. That's pushing chest voice up. Okay. So I hope this is clear now. Pulling chest is okay. Pushing chest, which is called so I don't know. The terms are all. Anyway, like terms are terms. Terms and conditions apply. We want to pull the chest voice up. We want to start with the head voice and then pull that chest resonance into that. Not the other way. Okay, so let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Did you sing along? Did that work? Keep working on it. It takes some time. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching Rock Your Best Vocals, where your best keeps getting better.